and active search and tracking features.
Radar suite.
Communications, search and tracking is managed through a composite mast atop the island.
People don't even have
However,
one radar.
The vessel will still rely on its extensive support fleet.
Hey guys, TheLoudGuys. Today we are going to watch Gerald R. Ford. How powerful is the CVN-78? So last video that we saw was about how, about Gerald R. Ford and how big it is, and we thought it is not real. How big it was and how costly it was, $13 billion. But then we got to know it is all real and it is going to come into effect very soon. And also it was very interesting to read the comments in that video, because people were saying that America protects 150 countries. And so that is why it has to have these kind of powerful things. And also they were saying that many of the retired aircraft carriers are also reused in many other ways. So that is also a big thing. And also people are also saying that, okay, if you consider that we were also saying the same thing, that $13 billion into the 15-year lifespan, then it is not that too costly.
That too costly. Also, I think in this video they are going to explain us the major features.
Or something that is literally the main thing is how powerful it is. So let's watch this video.
How powerful is the USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier? USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, is the lead ship of her class of U.S. Navy aircraft carriers. The ship is named after the 38th President of the United States, Gerald Ford, whose World War II naval service included combat duty aboard the light aircraft carrier Monterey in the Pacific Theater. On September 10, 2008, the U.S. Navy signed a $5.1 billion contract with Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding in Newport News, Virginia, to design and construct the carrier. Northrop had begun advanced construction of the carrier under a $2.7 billion contract in 2005. The carrier was constructed at the Huntington Ingalls, formerly Northrop Grumman Newport News shipbuilding facilities in Newport News, Virginia, which employs 19,000 workers.
Wow. So many
years.
years.
The vessel is America's first new carrier design in over 40 years, since USS Nimitz CVN-78 entered service on May 3, 1975. The Gerald R. Ford CVN-78 class will eventually be a phased replacement for the Nimitz-class carriers, with as many as 10 vessels, or potentially more, eventually being built. The Navy will spend $43 billion developing and building the 3 Ford-class carriers that Congress has authorized thus far. Those include Ford herself, the future USS John F. Kennedy, CVN-79, and the future USS Enterprise, CVN-80. More vessels will likely be authorized afterwards. The Ford class is designed with a host of improvements over the Nimitz class that should significantly improve quality of life for sailors and reduce maintenance costs for the Navy. Ford also adds improved survivability measures while reducing manning and maintenance requirements. If all of Navy's projections are realized, the service will save $4 billion in total ownership costs over the life of the ship. Additionally, Ford, which is based on the Nimitz-class hull form, restores weight and stability margins by reconfiguring the ship's interior. Though she displaces roughly 100,000 tons, just like the CVN-68 class, indeed one officer noted that while at sea, Ford is much more sporty than the Nimitz thanks to her prodigious horsepower and reconfigured interiors.
It can move really fast.
Power is derived from a pairing of new generation A-1B nuclear reactors produced by Bechtel Marine Propulsion Corporation, and these succeed current generation A4W nuclear reactor series that have powered the preceding Nimitz class of ships to this point.
Even last time when I saw this video, the only thing that came to my mind was these things were designed or started to design in 2005 and 2008. And now these things look so big and so massive. So what will happen when the new ships or the new class that will be designed in 2025, 4, 6, and that will come in 2040 or 2045.
In terms of technology, America is always ahead, like far ahead.
That will be so big, so massive. I cannot even imagine how many planes could it fit on, and what kind of.
I think this has capacity of 17, na, maybe.
And 17. Also like how many nuclear reactors will it have, and it will be so powerful, and having 10 of them.
The reactor fits will allow the vessel to reach maximum speeds exceeding 30 knots in ideal conditions, and the nuclear nature of their design offers essentially unlimited travel range, capable of reaching any part of the world containing a connected body of water that allows her drop.
Wow.
The reactors hold a service life of approximately 20 to 25 years. Aircraft carrier hull.
They don't need to refuel. Just go.
Hull design is similar to that of the current Nimitz-class carriers, and with the same number of decks. The island is smaller and moved further towards the aft of the ship. The island has a composite mast with planar array radars, a volume search radar operating at S-band, and a multifunction radar at X-band. It carries the stern-facing joint precision approach and landing system, which is based on the local area differential global positioning system rather than radar. The aircraft carrier traditionally carries the flag officer and 70 staff of the carrier battle group. The flag bridge, which was previously accommodated in the carrier's island, was relocated to a lower deck in order to minimize the size of the island. The ship's internal configuration and flight deck designs have significantly changed. The lower decks incorporate a flexible, rapidly reconfigurable layout, allowing different layouts and installation of new equipment in command, planning, and administration areas.
Everything is top notch.
USS Gerald R. Ford defenses.
The best in the world.
Defense is a modest, though advanced network of improved RIM-162 evolved Sea Sparrow surface-to-air missiles, a rolling airframe missile installation, and a digital close-in weapon system, as well as an ANSPY-3 radar suite and active search and tracking features.
Radar suite.
Communications, search and tracking is managed through a composite mast atop the island.
People don't even have
However,
one radar.
The vessel will still rely on its extensive support fleet for both ranged and point defense against inbound enemy aircraft, missiles, surface threats, and undersea threats.
Oh, wow. Why would anybody attack it?
Gerald Ford class carrier aircraft. The heart and soul of the USS Gerald Ford is her air wing, comprised of modern and advanced fighters, strike aircraft, special mission aircraft, transports, and helicopters. No competing foreign design can match the air arm of USS Gerald R. Ford by any stretch. The carrier will be capable of carrying up to 90 aircraft, including the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, FA-18E, F Super Hornet, E-2D Advanced Hawkeye, EA-18G Growler Electronic Attack Aircraft, MH-60R-S helicopters, as well as unmanned air and combat vehicles.
What is that?
The requirement for a higher sortie rate at 160 sorties a day, with surges to a maximum of 220 sorties a day in times of crisis and intense air warfare activity, has led to design changes in the flight deck. The flight deck has a relocated smaller island, while there are 3 rather than 4 deck edge elevators. Deck extensions also increase the aircraft parking areas. Aircraft service stations are located near the 18 refueling and
we did not land.
Replacing traditional steam catapults, the electromagnetic aircraft launch system will launch all carrier aircraft. The innovation eliminates the traditional requirements to generate and store steam, freeing up considerable area below deck. With the EMOS, Gerald R. Ford can now accomplish 25% more aircraft launches per day than the Nimitz class, and requires 25% fewer crew members.
Wow. So less cost, more planes. Aircraft weapons loading.
The flow of weapons to the aircraft stops on the flight deck was upgraded to accommodate the higher sortie rates. The ship carries stores of missiles and cannon rounds for fighter aircraft, bombs and air-to-surface missiles for strike aircraft, and torpedoes and depth charges for anti-submarine warfare aircraft. Weapons elevators take the weapons systems from the magazines to the weapons handling and assembly areas on the two-level deck below the flight deck, and express weapons elevators are installed between the handling and assembling areas on the flight deck. The two companies selected by Northrop Grumman to generate designs for the advanced weapons elevator are the Federal Equipment Company and Oldenburg Lakeshore. Deployment of all-up rounds, which are larger rather than traditional weapons requiring assembly, will require double-height magazines and storerooms, and will also impact on the level of need for weapons assembly facilities. The U.S. Navy outlined a requirement for a minimum increase of 150% in the power generation capacity for the CVN-78 carrier compared with the Nimitz-class carriers. The increased power capacity is needed for the 4 electromagnetic aircraft launchers and for future systems such as directed energy weapons that might be feasible during the carrier's 50-year lifespan.
Wow.
Sensors.
Because everything is so costly, you have to take care of everything.
In October 2008,
but the good thing is India is friend of America.
A version of the dual-band radar developed for the Zumwalt-class destroyer for installation on the Gerald R. Ford.
Because who would want to fight this country?
X-band and S-band phased
Madness.
arrays. Propulsion. Northrop Grumman is developing the advanced nuclear propulsion system with 2 reactors, 4 shafts, and a zonal electrical power distribution system for the CVN-78. As it stands, the USS Gerald R. Ford represents the most powerful surface warship in the United States Navy arsenal, able to respond to actions in any part of the world and unleash its air arm on enemies as USN carrier groups have done so effectively in past wars.
As I said in the video, now I am very thankful that India is a friend of USA. Because seeing all these aircraft carriers, if that would have been used against India, it would have been very problematic.
It's like America is a big brother.
And we have seen like how America uses it against China in South China Sea. Like whenever China tries to like over import itself, or you can say exalt itself, that is the time when America puts a ship there, and then because smaller nations like Philippines, Vietnam, they cannot do anything about it.
I have one question to ask. What do you think? Like, I know America is a superpower, but China is also like kind of comparable. So if the fight is happening, what do you think? Which country is more powerful?
Easily America. Easily. Because America is way too powerful. That is why China is not doing anything. Other than that, China would have easily swept away Hong Kong, Vietnam.
I mean, they have created, it has been said that they have created a virus in the lab so they can do anything.
Yeah, but that is a bit controversial thing. I don't think so we should get there. But as far as attacks is concerned, like war is concerned, even Russia and China combined cannot fight America. I have seen a video, I don't think you have seen it, about how like even if the whole world versus America, even then America wins.
They have some sort of atom bombs or what?
I don't know. That video was very strange for me too, but I thought in that they told every fact. And I also felt that they were somewhere right also. So that's how powerful America is. So what do you guys think about it? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share and
subscribe. Bye.